As technology has been evolving, the face of war has changed forever. In 2026, drones are no longer just eyes in the sky. They are the backbone of the battlefield. From Ukraine to the Middle East, thousands of autonomous systems are launched every single day. Powered by AI, these consumable weapons hunt in swarms, navigating through signal jamming to hit targets with surgical precision. They've turned traditional defense on its head, acting more like flying bullets than aircraft. As military scramble to field low-cost interceptors, the race for drone dominance is the new front line. Here to discuss the increasing role drones are playing in modern-day warfare is former Pentagon weapons analyst Kris Osborn, founder of Warrior Maven Center for Military Modernization. Thanks so much for your time. So first, the FBI recently warned law enforcement agencies in California that the Iranian regime and the Mexican cartels were both aspiring to launch some kind of retaliatory strike on the U.S. What's currently in place to deter such an attack if it were to ever happen?
That's such an important question, and thanks much for having me. There's been a growing synergy with local law enforcement, federal law enforcement, and of course the military to kind of look at homeland security in relation to military defense of bases. Drone threats to military bases have been around for a while, but they've gotten a lot more serious, as you point out. One of the reasons is drone swarms, this effort to overwhelm defenses with a volume of drones all at one time. So if you have, say, an interceptor or a weapon, that they're essentially overwhelmed, that you can't target a whole bunch of things at once. So the threat is really, really serious.
And we've been witnessing the rapid rise of drones. Their capabilities continue to evolve, and they're now a key part of combat. Are they being used in the hostilities right now in the Middle East? If you could just discuss how they're being used.
Yes, they are being used increasingly. And as you point out, that's an important point. They've gotten more sophisticated. Drones have hardening, meaning they're more difficult to be jammed. One of the best ways to defend against them is what the military loves to call kinetic and non-kinetic, meaning one is an explosive, the other is not an explosive. You can fire an interceptor at it. That is, costs a lot of money, and you can usually do one for one, unless you use what's called a proximity fuse and blow up a bunch of fragments in an area to knock out a bunch of drones. The most effective and most recent thinking is something called non-kinetic, which is not necessarily an explosion. It's electronic warfare or high-powered microwave, where you can use electricity or electronics to essentially jam the drones. But the drones are now not just EOIR or sensors, they're also explosives. So they're designed to close in on a place, kind of like a suicide drone, and then explode and just cause tons of damage. And when there's a whole lot of them at once, it's very difficult to stop.
Now, we've heard that Iranian drones are being shot down by the U.S. military, and this is the Helios lasers. Can you talk a little bit about how they work?
Absolutely. Lasers is one of the really important innovations to counter against drones. And one of the reasons why it's scalable, they travel at the speed of light, and they don't cause necessarily a huge explosion or fragmentation. You can essentially, someone from the Pentagon once described it to me this way, talking about missile defense, you can literally burn a hole through metal with the heat of the laser. And you can scale it, so you can disable a drone or you can completely incinerate and explode a drone with the heat of a laser. You essentially burn right through it, and it travels through the speed of light. There are some limitations, especially with weather, because it's electro-optical, so it can't see through clouds and rain, but they've been around for a while and they're only getting better, and they're very important with the drone threat.
Kris Osborn, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me in this important topic.